Hare Krishna. We are recording at night time, so we need this. So we start with chapter 1, verse number 24. Sanjaya uvacha eva mukto hrishikesho gudakeshena bharata senayor ubhayor madhye sthapayitva ratottamam. Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. So, the word Rishikesha and Gudakesha we are going to see now. Actually, Gudakesha, there are two meanings. One is the one who has conquered his sleep or ignorance. Arjuna was very fond of Krishna. He was a devotee of Krishna. So he was always thinking of Krishna, Krishna's name, fame, qualities, always. So all devotees who are always absorbed in remembering Krishna's name, fame, qualities can conquer ignorance or sleep. It is possible. Just like maybe a lover who is in deep love, they may spend so many hours of night, sleepless nights, thinking of their lover. Like that, great devotees can simply remember Krishna's sweetness and conquer sleep and also ignorance. You see, fights happen because of ignorance. Whenever there is a fight, there is ignorance. Wherever there is knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, there, if they are really living it, then there can be no fights, because the symptom of Sattva Guna is that they are in a position to, solve any problem. This is the symptom of Sattva Guna. This is knowledge. Sattva Guna means knowledge. Sattva Guna means intelligence. No, not just that it's not just the guna that's in the mode of goodness, but the symptoms of those who possess more of sattva are that they are having a lot of knowledge and they can solve problems and they can avoid fights. But people in tamoguna, they don't need a reason, they can very easily fight. People in sattva guna, even if there's a good reason, they can avoid fights. So here the point is conqueror of ignorance, Gudakesha. So one meaning is Arjuna, who has conquered sleep or ignorance, and another meaning is that Arjuna has got another name, that is Guda, good and Akesha. Good, is jaggery, is sweet, and Akesha, Ka and Isha. Isha we know is Shiva, and Ka and Isha. A is Vishnu, Ka is Brahma, and Isha is Shiva, the one who has given the experience of sweetness of sugar to Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva simply by controlling the Supreme Personality, Krishna, simply by controlling the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna by his prema. Now Krishna is the controller of ignorance. Krishna is the controller of Maya. And this Arjuna, who is Krishna's tiny part and parcel, simply by his prema has controlled the controller of Maya. We repeat, this Arjuna, Krishna is the controller of Maya. And Arjuna has controlled the controller of Maya with his prema. That is, that sweetness is experienced by all three personalities like Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva. And about Vishnu wanting to relish the sweetness of Krishna, we get to see in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Vishnu steals the kids of a Brahmana just to ensure that Krishna comes all the way to meet Vishnu. And then Vishnu says, I wanted to see you. That is why, since you have come here to Bulok, I wanted to see you. That is why I just stole the kids. Then you will personally come and I'll get to meet you. So like that, Krishna's sweetness was very much relished by Vishnu, Brahma and Shiva by the control, of Arjuna with his prema. What control did he do? He told Krishna, please move the chariot in between the two parties. And what did Krishna do here? Krishna actually stapayitva rathottamam, right? So means Krishna actually moved the chariot in between the two parties, which means Krishna obeyed the order of Arjuna due to his love for Arjuna and due to Arjuna's love for Krishna. Then where exactly he placed the chariot and what was the hidden intention behind placing the chariot in front of those special people? That we will know in the next verse. Let's move to the next verse, number 25. Bhishma, this is chapter 1, verse 25 of Bhagavad Gita. Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyitan Samavetan Kuruniti. In the presence of Bhishma, Drona and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. So you see that, here Krishna is telling, just behold, just behold Partha. The word Partha is highlighted here. So, actually, Arjuna told him to move the chariot, and when Krishna moved the chariot, he is telling, just behold the Kurus here. So, they are also Kurus only. Now, why did he say they are also Kurus only? And, why he said that was, first of all, Krishna addresses Arjuna as Partha. Partha means son of Pritha. Pritha means Krishna's father Vasudeva's own sister. Vasudeva and Pritha were the two children of a king called Shurasena. Shurasena's sister's son Kuntibhoja had no kids. So, King Shurasena gives his first daughter Pritha to King Kuntibhoja for adoption. So, since Kunti became the adopted most favorite child of Kuntibhoja, she was called as Kunti instead of Pritha after adoption. So, Krishna is calling Arjuna as Partha, meaning Pritha's son. I chose to be your chariot driver because you are my father's sister's son. Because you are a Kshatriya. But now what are you going to say? Are you going to say, oh, they are all my people, they are all Kurus, should we really fight? How can I fight? No, like that, Krishna is saying, see, I chose to be your chariot driver and try to serve you, but now are you going to say you're not going to fight? So like that he was trying to tease Arjuna. He was actually joking with Arjuna. Now, Krishna actually placed the chariot in front of Bhishma and Drona. Why? Not in front of Dushyasana, Duryodhana. Because the minute Arjuna would have seen Dushyasana, he would have got really angry and, come on Krishna, go back, I'm going to shoot my arrows. He would have told that. And Krishna did not want that to happen. It was Krishna's master plan that Arjuna should now, looking at Bhishma and Drona, he should decide not to fight. He should get bewildered. And then Krishna wanted to teach Bhagavad Gita for our sake. Bhagavad Gita is for you and for us, so that we can deliver from this world and so that we can go back to Krishna's home. But if we should get that information, then how will we get it? So Krishna had to teach it. So Krishna needed to create an occasion, and he wanted to, and this Bhagavad Gita should not be taught to anybody other than devotees. That is why, Krishna made sure he chose the best of the devotees, even among the Pandavas. He chose Arjuna, and he thus gave Bhagavad Gita. He says, I am teaching you this Bhagavad Gita in future chapter. He says, I am teaching you this because you are my devotee and friend. So which means to whom Bhagavad Gita should be taught and who will understand it in the right perspective is a devotee and one who has a relationship with Krishna. You're very dear to me, he says, to Arjuna. So now Krishna actually says that, I have brought the chariot here, but you may not be going to fight like that, because Krishna is again referred here as Hrishikesha, meaning that he, being the controller of the senses, understood Arjuna's mind. So with that, we stop with this verse. We continue in the next video, the next verse. Hare Krishna.